Yo, people, coming at you with another podcast on another Wednesday morning. Yes, people. Hope everyone's on a strong vibration. Hope everybody's been eating well, sleeping well. You know what I mean, people? I wish the best for you all. So, just want to say thank you to all the people that have been giving me good support. Really does motivate me to do more videos. So love back at you, my friends. And yeah, people, so the stuff I speak about on this podcast is going to be completely against their algorithm and all these social media sites. It's against their algorithm. So if you like what I'm doing here and it gives you more power, more knowledge, share it with your friends and family, people, because you're going to be the one helping me get this out there, you feel me? Because these apps are not going to support me. It's up to me and the people that watch this stuff to help the word get out there, help God's word get out there. Love my people. Yeah, people, we're on God's team and we're fighting against the devil. Let's get this, people. So today, before we get into the topic at hand, just want to speak about a few things that are going on at the moment, just to make sure we're all on the same page and make sure my people is not wasting their energy. So as you people may be seeing already, you're seeing these protests go off around the world. Obviously, the most recent one being the one in Canada at the moment. And I just want you people to know that to stay away from that shit. That is all a show put in place by the government and the opposition sides. The only people that you will find there are puppets and sheep. And the puppets are leading the sheep. So yeah, and to go deeper into that one, I mean, as a young man, very young, you could call me a child, in fact. I knew about this game, this card game called the Illuminati card game. And if you don't know about it, I would 100% put some time to look into that. And that came out in the 1990s. So, yeah, throughout my life, I see these things at a young age. And I was basically watching them come to light. And yeah, just to give you some more info on it, it's like, it's basically a card game. And each of these cards that you can pull has a different psyops on it. And one of the things that I'm talking about right now, the Trucker Strike is one of the cards in that game. So don't be fooled, people. Yeah, go back in time, people. Every year, every country, go back in time. What does the protest achieve? It doesn't achieve anything. So save your energy, people. And I was watching one of these American news sites, as I always do, break them motherfuckers down on the daily. But yeah, one of these guys there, probably one of the puppets, was saying, we're not against the vaccine. We're here and we're not against the vaccine. Like, okay. They're just mocking the people. You know what I mean, people? They're just mocking you. So don't get caught up in that dumb shit. And then you got these dummies walking around with a Canadian flag. And that's the same people that's got them in bondage. You know what I mean? That's the same people who want them to take the mark of the beast, yet they're walking around with their flags. You feel me? Nothing but sheeples and puppets. So leave them to it. This event that you're seeing right now is basically the same thing as what happened at the White House. They're just putting a show on. Another thing you got to bear in mind, people, yeah? These people, majority of them, 80-90% of them, don't own them lorries. So you think for a moment, yeah, you think that they're going to let them have the day off work to go and have a party. Yeah, right? This is the case, people. You walk into a store, you don't have a mask on, but there's another guy in the store, and he's got a mask on. So you don't have to be a coward and put a mask on, you understand? And because people are a coward, yeah, It allows them to force mandates on you and get away with it because they know you cowered into what they want. You know what I mean, people? Put your foot down, stand up for yourself. You think that a lorry or a semi-truck, as Americans may call it, that can block off a road, so you think parking a semi in the road, yeah, you think that's going to stop a vaccine rollout? Come on, people, wake the fuck up. So I say it again, thank you for all the positive feedback, more love and power to you. So while you guys were partying downtown in Canada, getting your hot dog stands out, getting your titties out, having a beer, you know what I mean, smoking, having a good time dancing, yeah, they're rolling in, they're creeping in with that fucking 6 months old baby mark of the beast shot while all yous were having fun. So time to wake up and time to put your energy in the right places, people. Moving on. Now we're going to get into the topic at hand. For those of you that are close to me, you probably may have read this before. However, I'm going to read it for the new people on my channel and the new people listening to what I've got to say. So, I've got a PDF here, but it is actually a initiation form. Someone to sign into a Freemason lodge or a higher degree or, Freemason, fallen angels, corrupt shit. So I'm going to read it to you, people. Here we go. I'm going to just read through all the points. It's bullet pointed. If I feel like I need to expand on any of the topics and explain it better for you listeners, I will do so. So here we go, people. First point is, an illusion, it will be so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. So that's the second point right there. And that's saying that all the people that are listening to this podcast right now, all the people that are in the truth movement, will be seen as insane, which is the case anyway. So here we go to the next point. We'll create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. So if you need me to expand on that, it's basically saying you're going to have the left wing and you're going to have the right wing. We're going to have different political parties. We're going to make it look like we're against each other, but really we're all friends. Next point. We will behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion alive. Our goal will be accomplished one drop at a time so as to never bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the colours, the changes as they occur. So that's basically what I just said on the last one. They've got different factions, make it look like they're against each other, and they do it stage by stage so that way it isn't obvious. And yeah, people, they've got all this stuff planned 10s and 20s and 30s and even hundreds of years before, you know what I mean? The mark of the beast was mentioned in the Bible, and that book was written about 2,000 years ago. So yeah, people. Next point. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of absolute. Next point. We will work together always and will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to he who speaks. So yeah, these kind of initiation papers that I'm reading to you right now, a lot of them will be signed in blood of the person who's signing it. And it also says death will come to he who speaks. You know what I mean? So if these Masons, they get initiated and they come out and speak about the things, their so-called secrets, then they will be liable for death. And just to come off that on a side topic, if you were wondering how they're killed, I read in another initiation paper that they would be killed. Their skull would be cracked. So that's basically brain damage. Your brain's not going to function. They will rip your tongue out of your body, and they will tie a weight to your leg and drop you in the ocean. And that's how they deal with you. So the next point is, we will work together. Oh, we've read that one. Next one. We will keep their lifespan short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. So there you go. It's basically saying that we're going to keep their lifespan short by all the poison they give you, which I mentioned somewhat briefly in episode 1. And it says their mind's weak while pretending to do the opposite. So mind's weak will be things like poison, but main culprit being things like TikTok and Instagram, where your mind span is only fucking sub 10 seconds mind span. So you're going to get nowhere with a 10-second mind span. And it says pretend to do the opposite. So obviously they come out with these pharmaceutical drugs and make it seem as if they're actually going to bless your body, when in reality they are fucking you up. On to the next one. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so they will never see what is happening. Next one. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, also in the air. So just to expand on that one, it says we're using soft metals. If you remember what I mentioned in episode 1, I mentioned about there's fools out there that are taking vitamin pills. Well, if you go into a supermarket or one of these main brand places and you buy vitamin pills, you will see that they contain metals. And to put that to the test, you can get those vitamin pills, open the capsule up, pour it into a glass of water, and get a magnet and put it on the side, and you'll see graphite, and that is a soft metal. And it says aging accelerators. Yeah, we know that. That comes in the poisonous food and the shit that we rub on our bodies when we have a shower and shit. It says sedatives. Yep. And in the air. So if you guys don't know already, there's something called chemtrails. I would definitely look into that. It's not, they don't do it on a normal flight with passengers on it. They send up a separate flight which has no passengers on it, and they basically just line the sky with metals and poison basically. And yeah, they put it on the people like that. And if you look at the lines that they produce in the sky as well, it's not no normal flight path where it just goes one line. A lot of these planes that do the chemtrails, they'll go one line and then come back and do another line, and they'll just keep doing it crisscross, you know what I'm saying? Like a grid in the sky. And you watch that shit, it basically looks like fucking fire in the skies. And they got a lot of brainwashing in the schools going at the moment. They're trying to teach the kids about new forms of clouds and new shapes of clouds, but that's just a load of bullshit, you know what I mean? Us people out here, we know what a cloud looks like, so stay woke, people. Moving on to the next one. They will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. So yeah, that's basically what I just said on the last one. On to the next one. The soft metals will cause them to lose their minds. Will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them with more poison. So to expand on that one, for all the people that think it's a good idea to go to a hospital or go to a doctor for advice or for some medication, yeah, they will provide it with you. And it says here, yet we will feed them more poison. So that explains that for you. On to the next one. The poisons will be absorbed through their skin and mouths. They will destroy their minds and reproductive systems. That one's quite self-explanatory. From all this, their children will be born dead, and we will conceal this information. It's quite self-explanatory. The poisons will be hidden in everything that surrounds them, in what they drink, eat, breathe, and wear. So yeah, people have expanded on that pretty much. It says, we must be ingenious in dispensing the poisons, for they can see far. So they're basically just bigging themselves up and proud about how they can dispense poison in all their different ways. On to the next one. We will teach them that the poisons are good, like what I just said earlier about the doctors, with fun images and musical tones. Yeah, so that's just basically the way they advertise it. Next one. Those they look up to will help. We will enlist them to push our poisons. So yeah, it's basically talking about the puppets that they push on the masses. A good one being Nas, if you guys know the rapper Nas, Nas. Obviously, quite some time back, you had the Nas character coming out saying that the MDMA is poison. Right, that's true, but he then also pushed the fucking Hennessy on you at the same time and made it seem as if the Hennessy was nothing and it was the best drink to get. So yeah, just to put that into perspective for you people. On to the next bullet point. They will see our product being used in film and will grow accustomed to them and will never know their true effect. So a very good one to put into perspective for that one for you people is the cigarette. Almost every single Hollywood movie that you watch, them motherfuckers got a cigarette. You know what I mean? And then the masses, millions upon millions of people, watch that thing and think it's okay to smoke a cigarette. Done. On to the next point. When they give birth, we will inject poisons into the blood of their children and convince them it's for their help. So nowadays, you may know already that if you have a kid, they're going to be trying to poke that kid up with at least 2-3 shots. Many excuses for what those shots are. And obviously, the main one that should be concerning you right now is the mark of the beast. They're trying to give the mark of the beast to the children. Like I said at the start of the podcast. Next point says, we'll start early on when their minds are young. We will target their children with what children love most, sweet things. So there you go. Basically explains the school system briefly and says about the indoctrination of we'll get them in young and teach them when they're young. And it says we'll target their children with what children love most, sweet things. And yeah, if you ever have kids around you, or you know people that have children, you'll know that kid is not going to be asking you for a glass of water. That kid is going to be saying, Mom, can I have a Fanta? Mom, can I have a cola? Mom, can I have an orange drink? You feel me? So you got to keep that stuff away from the children. And I heard one brother, I don't know if you guys have got this over there in the States, but over here we've got some sweets called Haribos. And basically, this one brother, he was basically calling it kiddie crack. And when my friend said that, yeah, I said, yeah, bro, you're spot on with that one. Literally kiddie crack. On to the next point. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their mind and steal their future. Quite self-explanatory. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicine that will make them sicker and cause other diseases, for which we will create yet more medicine. So there you go. It's basically saying you have a problem, provide you with the medication. You have another problem, and repeat until you die. Basically, so stay the fuck away from them doctors and them hospitals. Bear in mind that when someone becomes a doctor, they have to take an oath. So yeah, people. On to the next one. We will render them docile. Excuse me, people. Docile and weak before us by our power. So they're basically saying, we're going to dumb you down, we're going to make your bodies as weak as fuck, and basically you're not capable of what we're capable of. Fuck them evil people. Next point. They'll grow depressed, slow, and obese. And when they come to us for help, we'll give them more poison. So yeah, I've expanded on that one a few times, people. Next point. We'll focus their attention towards money and material goods. So many never connect with their inner self. We'll distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games. So they may never be one with the oneness of it all. So the way they just finished that right there, they may never be one with the oneness of it at all. That basically saying that you will be taken away from your soul and your connection from God. With material goods that will be left behind when you die. With money that will be left behind when you die. Fornication, which is some not good sex, you know what I'm saying? External pleasures and games, like I spoke about in the last one. The games are satanic, the porn is satanic, all this stuff here is satanic. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the only reason you need materials is to stay warm. That's how simple it is. You don't need materials to fucking show off. Simple as that. Next point. Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. So yeah, that's where we're at, people. We're there right now. We'll use fear as our weapon. There you go. How did they push the vaccine on the masses? Everybody's gonna die. You should be scared. There's a quote that says, I don't know who it's from, but I know this quote. And it says, fear is the best weapon you can have, because fear can make a man do anything you say. And that's simple. Next point. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. We'll own both sides. So yeah, that's like the first point that I said about the different fractions and make it seem as if they're against each other when really they're all friends. So wake up, people that follow politics. There's no such thing as politics. It's all a fucking show. Continuing. We will hide our objective, but carry out our plan. They will perform the labour for us, and we shall prosper from their toil. How disrespectful. Next point. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure, always, for it is the way. So what that's saying right there is basically saying that the bloodlines that are in charge will always be in charge. So to put things in perspective, you've got these dummies trying to ask for that the president or the prime minister of Canada, whatever you want to call it, they want him out. They want somebody else to take the place. But what they don't realise, they can get that guy out. But as soon as that guy comes out, straight from the same family, straight from the same bloodline, they'll put another one straight back in there. This is what the dummies don't get. So them fallen angels, you know what I mean? They're connected all over this map. Same bloodline, same evil, wicked motherfuckers. You go to the top of the pyramid, that's when you start to realise that some of them is not pure human, you understand? Some cross hybrids at the top of that pyramid. But anyway, continuing. We'll make them kill each other when it suits us. So, a lot of destruction on the masses, but from what I take away from that one is alcohol. They put alcohol out there, and they put precious metals out there. I was thinking about doing a podcast on the precious metals because it's got a lot of people moving mad at it, a lot of people breaking into houses, stealing, killing each other, you know what I mean, over these fucking man-made metals. You know what I mean? So wake up, people. On to the next point. We'll keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We'll keep them separated from the oneness. The oneness is the one God that wanted everybody to be together. That's what I'm here to tell the people for. I'm here to tell the people that God said He wanted these people to be as one and not separated by religion. The word dogma means principles put in place by authority. And the main culprit of that is religion. So dogma basically means religion. Because you could say laws, you could say dogma is laws, but religion was there before the laws, you understand? Religion is how they kept the people in line. So yeah, they're going to put the people in authority, the people in power are going to give you the principles and tell you how to live, when really they're serving Satan. So wake up again, people. On to the next point. We'll control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. So yeah, that's just the dummies that get programmed. We stay away from that one. We'll guide them kindly and gently, letting them think we are guiding them. They are guiding themselves. Letting them think they are guiding themselves. So that's just like when they come out and say, oh, if you don't want to die, go and take the vaccine. So they're not actually, they make it seem as if they're not forcing it upon you. It's just like they're guiding it to you. They're guiding you to take it, you know what I'm saying? They're saying, oh, if you want to be protected, then go ahead, it's free. On to the next point. We will foment animosity between them through our factions. So that's basically, there's many aspects and many factions that they have. You've got the whole politics things and you've got the football thing, you know what I mean? You've got people, one team supports this team and the other team supports this team, and when they lose, a couple people are going to get killed after that fight, after that game, you know what I mean? People killing each other over football teams, people killing each other over political parties, you know what I mean? People killing each other over these so-called races that they put in place. Understand? People killing each other over some dumb shit. And if you kill someone, it's going to block you from reaching the highest heaven, I'll tell you that. When a light, on to the next point, people. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, which suits us best. So that point right there is speaking about a man like me. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death. So yeah, I'm bringing the light to the people, man. I'm shining them the way. And it says they want to extinguish that, but I'm not scared of them. We're going to go all the way with this thing, people. On to the next point. We will make them rip each other's hearts apart and kill their own children. So yeah, that's just a fuckery that's going on a day-to-day basis. And if you guys ain't noticed, I would recommend looking into the crimes in your local area, because since people have been getting jabbed up and taking the shit, people have been moving reckless. Crime rate's gone up, you know. People killing their own family members and all that kind of shit. Yeah, people, what's going on? On to the next point. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. So to expand on that, these Freemasons, they are very well connected. They do not hate on each other. They see each other always the same. However, us on the other hand, we're concerned about who's got a better car, whose football team's better, whether my clothes look better than your clothes. You understand? We're all against each other and they're all connected. So it's time to wake up, people. Understand that everybody is your brother and sister until they do you wrong. Understand, people? We've got to be connected out here, because they sure are. The hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see from their conflicts we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. So yeah, as you know, we've got all these dummies out here killing each other, even over the gang shit. I forgot to mention that one. A lot of people think they're gangsters out here, you know what I'm saying? If you look deeper into it, being a gangster was actually made by the Freemasons. If you look at the coding, Bloods and Crips, red and blue, division on the masses, yeah, it was made by them. So if you want to go and be a gangster, think about what that makes you. You are a product of them. And you won't even know. It says right here, they'll be killing each other, and they won't even know. On to the next point, people. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbours as long as we see it fit. So yeah, that goes on about the money and the precious metals, killing each other for pathetic things. Continuing, people, will benefit greatly from this. For they will not see us, for they cannot see us. So they're basically bigging themselves up again. They're saying that you're doing the dirty work for them. You're out here actually killing people, and all they've got to do is put the deception in front of you. And the fools will follow the deception and end up killing their brothers and sisters. Next bullet point. Will continue to prosper from their wars and their deaths. So yeah, it's just continuing from the last thing that I just said. They will profit from our foolery. We shall repeat this over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. If you know anything about the New World Order, you're in this truth movement, you should know what their ultimate goal is. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger through images and sounds. So that's the propaganda tell-lie vision for you. We will use all the tools we have to accomplish this. And yes, they do. They use the films, they use the music, they use the clothes, they use everything. If it's mainstream, just know Freemasonry is behind it. They have no time for people like me and you to be in the spotlight. You understand? They only have time to push their agenda. Simple. The tools will be provided by their labour. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbours, which is what I'm here. I'm telling you the opposite, my brothers and sisters. You need to love each other. You know what I'm saying? We're not better than one another. We're all the same. Yet these guys think they're better than us. So let's tell them the truth right now. Next point. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that we are all one, they must never know. So there you go. And that's what annoys me a little bit in the truth game, because you get a little truthers coming out here and they're saying this, this and that, but they're not painting the target well enough, you understand? They're just like Illuminati, Cabal this, Cabal that, you understand? You need to say Freemasonry, because that's the ones who are actually out here doing it, you know what I mean? They're the ones with the lodges every single country and every single town and city around this map. They are the target. They need to be attacked. Not Boris Johnson and not fucking Trump. It's not them, it's the Freemasons behind them. They're just puppets. Wake up, people. Next point. They must never know that a man's colour is an illusion. They must always think they are not equal. So there we are, right there. The people that own everything, the people that own the world, they must never know that a man's colour is an illusion. There is no such thing as race, people. Wake up. It's one race. It's called the human race, and we all love each other. And it's that simple. Love thy neighbour as thyself. Next point. Drop by drop, we will advance our goal. The reason they keep using this word drop is because they are literally talking about drops of blood, because that's what they're about. They're about killing people. They're about blood sacrifice. You know what I mean? They're about raising up the spirit of Satan. Next point. We will take over their land, resources and wealth to exercise total control over them. So there we are. That's more mockery on the masses, because as you guys may know already, God has provided enough land and enough resources for all of us to sustain ourselves naturally. You understand? There's no need for us to work for them or to pay for these things that we should have entitlement to them to be free. Simple. You shouldn't be having to pay money, a fake currency on fruits and vegetables that grow for free. But they've taken the land away from you, which stops you from being able to produce it for free. They have total control over you. Next point. We will deceive them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom they have. So there you go. It's basically saying you've got a slight bit of freedom and they're going to take it away from you by dumb laws. They're putting hella dumb laws on the people right now, and the ones you want to look out for are the surveillance ones, you understand? They're not going to... Hear me, people. They're going to end up getting rid of the police. They're not going to have the police anymore. They're going to use surveillance as the police, you understand? And if you notice, the police don't operate how they used to operate. You hardly see them nowadays. Last point on the page. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt. So there we are. That's pretty self-explanatory. The money is not to save anyone. The money is to put you in bondage and to make you a fucking debt slave. As simple as that. We don't need money, people. Always remember that. Money is nothing. Money is what you call it. You understand? Every country's got their own currency, so that money is worth what they call it. It's a joke, people. You need to come away from the money and learn how to trade properly. Next point. When they shall band together, we shall accuse them of crimes and present a different story to the world, for we shall own all the media. So there you go then. Truth movement. A lot of people coming together. A lot of people saying stuff. And there you go. It says we shall band them together. And what do they call us truthers? They call us misinformation and conspiracy theorists. And there you go. They use the media to put us people down. But just know you come to the right place, people. Next point. We will use our media to control the flow of information and the sentiment in our favour. Pretty self-explanatory about the media again, using it in their favour. When they shall rise up against us, we will crush them like insects, for they are less than that. How fucking disrespectful is that? And if you guys know, if you walk around London, if you go to a place called Camden in London and you look at the some of the lampposts in London, you'll see a beast. Apollyon is the name of this Greek god. Apollyon also represents Satan. There's pictures of this satanic puppet character standing on a human. They portray this guy as a giant, and they portray him in the photos on the lamppost, this giant standing on a man. And what that shows you right there, it shows you that Satan and his workers is crushing humanity. Next point, people. They will be helpless to do anything, for they will have no weapons. And yeah, America, they got guns, but not everywhere's got guns. You understand? We will recruit some of their own to carry out our plans. We will promise them eternal life, but eternal life they will never have, for they are not us. So what that's saying right there, we will recruit some of them to carry out our plans. So that's basically saying people like me and you who have the choice between good and evil have the opportunity to join them, and they will promise you eternal life. But eternal life you will not get, because 1, you are not part of their bloodline, and 2, you have sold your soul to the satanic workers. So when it comes to Judgment Day, you will burn in hell. And to give you a better explanation about hell, hell is infinite torment. So all those decisions you made in life, you will be infinitely tormented of those things. On the other hand, you want to go to heaven, it's a beautiful place of constant rest and constant joy. So think about where you would rather go. Next point, people. The recruits will be called initiates and will be indoctrinated to believe false rites of passage to higher realms. Members of these groups will think they are one of us, never knowing the truth. They must never learn this truth, for they will turn against us. So basically what they're saying is, when people come into Freemasonry, they're called initiates. They've just been initiated. And as they go up the degrees, they will basically fall into deception from the same people. So they'll be going up the degrees, getting told false things to believe in. But as they work their way up the degrees, those things that they were taught at the start will now turn to the opposite. And they'll be faced with the truth. If you know Freemasonry, you've seen the black and white symbology. The black and white symbology is there to show the good knowledge as well as the bad knowledge. So obviously, as these people go up the ranks, they get a lot of information, a lot of intelligence. However, they're using it for the wrong stuff. They're using it against humanity, and they will all burn in hell for that. You should remember, people, this is a temporary life. This life is a test. Those things we spoke about earlier, the materials we spoke about earlier, the money we spoke about earlier, will all be left behind. The only thing that God has given you in this life is your free will. That is what you have. That is what you own. And you'll take that where you go. And if you sign this paper in your own blood and you want to join them, you have sold your soul. You've sold your free will that God gave you. So you have the decision to make yes or no. Do this for me. I have the choice, yes or no. But these people that are initiated, they do not have the choice between yes or no. Do this, and they have to do it. There is no free will. They'll burn in hell forever. So think about the decisions you make, people. God will bless you if you're on the same side as him. I can promise you that. Next point, people. For their work will be rewarded with earthly things and great titles, but will never become immortal and join us. Never will they receive the light and travel the stars. So there you are. It's basically more mockery for the lower degrees and the lower ranked peoples. This is what I'm trying to tell the people, that we need to target these people, because as it says right here, they basically don't care about the lower ranks. They don't care about them. So if we do a good job of exposing it, the whole thing will just collapse on itself. For their work will be rewarded with earthly things. This is what I'm telling you, people. Earthly things. It gets left behind when you die. Great titles, such as master, such as prime minister, such as politician. You understand? They give you a title. They give you money. They give you a house. They give you a car. This will all be left behind. The reason they call themselves immortal is because they mess around with genetics. They basically pre-predict the children that they're going to have and things like that. There's a lot of GMO people, people made in a petri dish, you understand? And a good example of that, if you want to look at a GMO person, go take a look at LeBron James now. They ain't no normal man. And it says here, receive the light and travel the stars. That's mockery to God again and his creation. On to the next point. They will never reach the higher realms, for the killing of their own kind will prevent the passage to the realm of enlightenment. This they will never know. So there you are again. They're trying to say that's a secret, but to my knowledge, it's pretty obvious that if you kill someone, you will be blocking the blessing from the Father, and you will not be going to heaven. And take this from me, people. In my life, all the people that I know to have killed someone have been killed themselves. So yeah, people, what goes around comes around. Don't be thinking you can go around killing people and God's not going to close your life down, because he will close your life down. Understand? God can choose to make your life better or choose to finish your life. But he only does those things when you either hit rock bottom or you hit high heavens. You understand? He'll ground you and humble you. Next point. The truth will be hidden in their face, so close they will not be able to focus on it until it's too late. So there we are, people. The truth is there, and that is true because these guys don't hide it. They use signs and symbols right in front of you, and if you can decipher that, you'll see straight through it with no filter. Good one, for example, being Fox. Fox in numerology equals 666. Fox, I mean the American news show. So where you see a guy standing on a podium and he's got Fox in front of him, imagine just changing that podium to 666. Are you going to listen to a man standing on a podium that has 666 in front of him? No, you will not. You understand? So that's why I'm here, to help you people understand what's going on, because it says right here, so close they'll not be able to focus on it. I'm telling you, people, there's a lot of us out here that can focus on it, and we're busting these motherfuckers open. Next point. Oh yes, so grand the illusion of freedom will be that they will never know they are our slaves. So yeah, there's no such thing as freedom, people. Break that word down. Freedom, you are dumb. No such thing as freedom in this satanic earth, you understand? That's why they call themselves freemasons, because they believe they're the only ones who are free. Fuck them. Next point. When all is in place, the reality we will have created for them will own them. This reality will be their prison. They will live in self-delusion. So what that's saying right there is it kind of paints a good image in my head of the new world that they've got prepared for people. And it's basically saying that these people are so dumb and they're so delusional that they would rather live in the fantasy world than live how God wanted us to live, you understand? They will rather live in the metaverse. They will rather live on social media with all this foolish stuff around them, you understand? But I'm glad it's coming to an end right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad they pulled this psyops off, because we're not living in sin anymore, you know what I mean? It's time for us to put our foot down and correct all the bad things that's going on in our world. Enough of that shit. Next point, people. When our goal is accomplished, a new era of domination will begin. So that's what they're doing right now. They're working their fucking black magic on us. Their minds will be bound by their beliefs. Their beliefs we have established from time. So there you are. Their beliefs. They put them in front of you. They told you how to live. Christianity is one of the biggest things out here, fooling the people. You know what I mean? They don't teach it correctly. They teach it in a way where, oh, it's okay, Jesus dies for our sins. We don't need to worry about what we get up to. Understand? People need to consider their life, not fucking a foolish teaching. Next point. But if they ever find out they are equal, we shall perish them. They must never know. There you are, right there. This is how we're going to do them, people. Let me read that one again. But if they ever find out they are equal, we shall perish them. This they must never know. That's in capitals. This they must never know. Next point, people. If they ever find out that together they can vanquish us, they will take action. So what we're doing right now, people, we're getting onto them. They're scared of us. They must never ever find out what we have done, for if they do, we shall have no place to run, for it will be easy to see who we are once the vow has fallen. Our actions will have revealed who we are, and they will hunt us down, and no person shall give us shelter. Correct. That's the one thing they got correct. They will have no shelter. This is why I'm here. We're painting the picture. I'm sure you guys will help me too. Paint the picture. We know who they are. They got nowhere to hide. Nobody's going to give them shelter. They're fucked, basically. The vow has fallen. It says here, once the vow has fallen. It has fallen, I'll tell you that. Next point. This is the secret covenant by which we shall live the rest of our present and future lives, for this reality will transcend many generations and lifespans. So that's what I said earlier on. They do this shit, they plan it way earlier. They plan it multiple generations ahead of time because they live longer than us. And they want to keep you dumbed down, live as short as possible. No wisdom gets passed on, you understand? We have to appreciate the wisdom from all of our brothers and sisters, young and old. Don't let age come in between the wisdom, you understand? We accept it from the older people and we accept it from the younger people as well. This covenant is sealed by blood, our blood. We are the ones who from heaven to earth came. And that's true again. It says there, from heaven to earth came. A lot of people, when they think of angels, they associate an angel with a good person. Well, in this case, this is the reality. God cast the fallen angels onto this place. Basically, God is responsible for the evil on this earth. But God didn't want to remove the evil of this earth because he understands all of our souls are at a test right now. This is the test, the test of life. Next point. Covenant must never ever be known to exist. It must never ever be written or spoken of. For if it is the consciousness, it will release the fury of Prime Creator upon us, and we shall be cast to the depths from whence we came and remain there until the end of time of infinity itself. So there you go. It's saying that they know where they came from. They know they came from hell. And they know that if this stuff gets exposed and gets spoken about, it says right here, will release the fury of the Prime Creator. So you know what I'm saying? These people, they don't believe in the Prime Creator. They have their own God. They worship the Baphomet. They worship the devil. You understand? Us people, on the other hand, we worship the Prime Creator, the Most High God. And we give thanks for life. You understand? And we'll beat them because good always beats evil. We'll beat them, people. Don't worry about that. The goodness is with us. And even if we don't succeed in our lifetime, yeah, we look forward to going to heaven. You know what I'm saying? We look forward to meeting all the good people in heaven. Having loads of rest, having loads of joy. We don't want to be in hell, a place where there's no night, the sun doesn't set. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine being in a place where the sun doesn't set and you're not allowed to sleep and you're being burnt on fire while you're being tormented infinitely? It never ends. Your soul, it never ends. But think about the people on the other hand. We're having a good time in heaven, man. I look forward to seeing all you people there. Stay good. Yeah, people, I'm going to wrap this podcast up now. It's been a good one. Got a lot of knowledge there on the page now. 3 episodes packed with information. Feel free to go back and listen to them at any time. I'm sure to be dropping a new one soon. Yeah. God bless. Love and respect, everyone.
What's this? All time pressure in a Babylon. All time pressure in a Babylon.